them are more than pals.
Our show can be a little gay,
But if you're not,
that's okay.
you can listen and have fun either way. Xena, Star Wars, Doctor Who, guests and music and reviews. Game of Thrones, Winona too. We promise there's something for you. She nerds out. We're girls that like dirty things. Dirty things.
Hello and welcome to the She Nerds Out podcast. I'm Kat.
I'm Wendy.
And this is Tara.
On today's episode, we're going to do a little bit of nerd news and we're going to talk about Skeleton Crew episode 2 and maybe a 90s Christmas movie. But first,
Yeah.
hey Wendy,
Hey.
you know what time it is?
Oh my God. Yes. Hang on. I know what time it is. I just accidentally,
okay.
instead of going to the link that I had, I accidentally clicked off the link, but I got
no.
it back. Because there's a very special birthday. I know someone Tara's a big fan of. Someone who just had a very big moment in her life. Someone whose fiance is busy as we record this podcast. That's Haley Steinfeld, born December 11th. Her future husband, Josh Allen, is quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. He's currently playing the Rams right now.
No, it's too bad.
Well,
The Bills suck, right?
and they're
Is that the joke?
losing. No, the Bills are great. The Bills are
all right.
like 10-2 playoff
Yeah,
bound.
he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
I mean, they're my. If I don't want the Cowboys to win, I want the Bills to win team.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah.
I take
But
it
anyway.
back.
So he just proposed to Haley Steinfeld the other day.
Congrats to them.
Good for both of you attractive people. By the way, I read on Twitter that Hawkeye season 2. I've read both that Haley Steinfeld's character, Kate Bishop, will be a huge part of it, and I've read
I would hope so.
that she wouldn't be. So we'll see what happens.
What about Renner? Do we know about Renner?
Well, I think he's in it, but I think it also has his the character's brother. I can't remember his brother's
that's
name. but-
right, because he's going to be all messed up. Like, he's still
Yeah.
probably not too... The actor can't
Well, he's
do
doing
much,
all right. Did you see he was in the Hollywood Christmas parade and his car broke down, so he and his family had to walk whatever the
Oh,
rest of the
no.
distance was.
This guy can't
He's
catch a
not
break.
having a good break. Yeah.
Okay, so I think Haley is turning 28.
Okay, moving on. Yes. 28, you say.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were just moving on because you got it right.
Oh, no.
Did
No,
you
I
just
don't
look
know.
it up or something, Tara? What are you looking at?
I haven't done it in my head yet.
I'm looking
I
at
don't know
this
if
other
he's
thing.
right.
What are you looking
No,
at?
I
Let's see, 28. Sounds interesting. You're probably right. But I'm going to say 29.
Okay, hang on. Wait a minute.
Mathing.
She was born in 1996.
Okay.
28.
8.
All right,
Yes.
Sarah got it right.
Thank you, because I just haven't you
Googled
read
it.
the articles with her and Josh Allen?
I didn't
Said
read them.
Haley
I just saw the
Steinfeld,
headline.
27. So
Oh.
she's got to be turning 28.
I
You
just
haven't-
read the headline.
You have an incredible memory, Tara.
What can I say? Which
Haley
that were true
Steinfeld.
for it's selective. It's selective.
All right, on December 12th, someone who never need work again based on her past sitcom successes, but she's so smart she can also do whatever she wants, like in life in general. That's Mayim Bialik, who we'll
Oh,
always
yeah.
remember as first getting her start as a young Bette Midler in Beaches.
There you go.
She had her own show for a little while that it didn't last very long, but it was set in a cat cafe. I wanted to like it. I just
Oh, yeah.
yeah. But anyway, December 12th, Mayim Bialik.
That's a tough one.
Bialik.
Because she's almost ageless a little bit to me.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm going to go
Okay.
49.
gonna go 51.
47.
Okay.
Born in
Really?
1975.
Wow.
75?
Wait a minute. Yeah,
That doesn't sound right.
that doesn't feel right.
Yeah, that feels way too young.
She would be older.
Wait, she was born in 75.
No, that means she's not. It means 49.
Oh, 49. That's right. I did 49.
Okay.
50. Tiny Beaches actress.
So I got it right.
49. You said 49?
Yes.
Congratulations, Kat.
I feel like when Tara gets it right, it's like, of course she did. And then when I get it right, we just kind of
NBD.
glaze over it, you know? Like, why do we do that? Why do we
I was
do
too
that?
busy doing math in my head.
Interesting.
Here's an indie artist who I'm hoping makes it big someday. Born December 13th, Taylor Swift. I don't know if you've heard of her.
Tay-Tay.
Ooh,
She just wrapped up her Eras tour, right? It's like done as of this weekend.
Taylor is turning, boy, 35.
Yep, that sounds right.
Born in 1989.
Ugh,
We did it. We did it, Tara.
crazy. She's turning
You
35.
got it.
Taylor. I
I
also
feel like
read
that was
something
probably
recently
pretty
with
common
about her and Travis about Taylor Swift 34. So
Well, there you go.
Well done.
I mean, it's not like she's hard to find articles about that probably mention her age.
True.
If you're out there following her life at all.
Twoof. All right.
mm-hmm.
Right on.
Good job. Good job, Kat. You got one right.
Thank
Two
you.
right.
I mean,
Way to
two.
go.
You got
Technically.
Taylor as well.
So, let's jump into some nerd news.
Nerd news. Nerd news. I repeat, we have breaking nerd news. All right.
Right. Into something that Wendy's been talking about all month,
Looky here.
I feel like.
I don't know if there's anything to this or not, but if you haven't been following ufology news or apology news, if you call them UAPs, there's been drones sighted all over the world, really. It started, I feel like, in England, where they were flying above our air bases and nothing would happen. Someone supposedly saw one of our fighter jets fly up there and the drone ran off. They've since been...
Let me get it straight. The drone outran the fighter jet.
See, here's the speculation. That's what they said, yes. That whatever this was, it was fast enough that the jet went up there and the drone just went and was out of there.
Seems like if it moved that fast, it's not somebody's little drone they've got on their little
Well, that's what they're saying. It's
handheld-
not.
Yeah.
That's not
That would
what
be a
it
real
is.
military threat.
You'd think, but they ain't talking. And then there's also speculation. Well, if the drone's down low and the jet's up high, it looks like it's faster than it is. Who knows? But there's been a sighting in Arizona of some really freaked out people watching a drone on video. A couple of them, maybe. There's been sightings like multiple nights in New Jersey, and as of now, no one's sure. Like, are these? They're saying they're huge. They're like car sized.
Oh God.
Yeah, they're not saying they're like tiny drones. They're saying like these are big car. Like the FBI has started investigating, and supposedly some of these drones have been hovering over the FBI agents' houses. There's been some over Trump's Mar-a-Lago place, I think it was. So there's been. You don't know who they are. I mean, New York had drones. They could be a foreign entity, foreign government. They could be the whole aliens are trying to make their presence known thing. They could just be somebody's very elaborate, some billionaire's elaborate prank. I don't know. But it's not a debate whether or not they're showing up. It's just wondering, what are they?
And
Who's behind them?
Oh, there is a video. Okay, so you did send a link that has a video. That is a very large thing.
Yeah. They're big. They're big drones.
That's
and
creepy.
And some of the New Jersey people have been freaking out because they're just like hovering all night long. There's a video of a lady saying like, it's there. And like in the middle of the night, I wake up and it's still there. It's just hovering and we don't know who it is. We don't know what it is. No one's telling us anything. And there's like,
Maybe it's just a bunch of like Amazon delivery drones.
There's that. But you'd think they'd be dropping some packages somewhere,
Yeah, this one in Arizona is pretty low.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
here's the
looks
thing.
low, could just be
People have
farther off
seen
than it
drones.
looks.
People know drones.
That's
People
a big
know,
drone.
and they're coming out at night. They're not like during the day where there's supposedly one was shot down or crashed in New Jersey, and that they had helicopters searching, and the people went out and tried to get info, and the police weren't talking. And
See, I'm surprised that. I mean, if this happened, I'm guessing in Texas, Florida, or LA, people would start shooting at them. You know what I mean?
possibly, but I mean, if they're so high, they just probably shoot up, and
This
then
one doesn't look very high.
yeah, I think it depends. I don't know.
This is very strange.
And I feel
One
like
was right above us that was the size of our car.
That's crazy.
Could they tell that?
I mean, there's definitely video.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, at some point, people might just start faking video because they want to, just be part of it and be
Right.
the next big viral video. But I
Sure.
feel like these original videos, there's something up there, whether it's, like I said, a military or is our government trying to do like experiment with things, But there's definitely, I mean, I'm following it all the time. I've listened to a couple podcasts, one just speculating on all the reasons that they don't feel like, for one, and he was saying something about like in America, if you go out, you're a drone pilot, like just some regular, even a very high end, like, hey, I fly drones. Like there's certain air spaces that if you try to fly your zone in there, it will basically come back and maybe land, maybe crash, but you will not be allowed to fly it in there.
Oh, it's programmed.
There's some sort of setting, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Well, this is one of the articles that you sent. It's regarding the New Jersey drones. FBI asks that anyone who sees the drones calls this number or submit tips and video footage. The fact that FBI is asking people to let them know what's going on, that's a little strange.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
If
worth
you
their
see
time.
any drones in New Jersey, call this number.
Call the FBI.
And now people may be flying their own drones just to, do things. I think this, I mean, it's weird. Like, I don't know that they're seeing them in the daytime. Maybe they're there, but they don't show up unless you see the lights.
So
Or maybe
weird.
they're just, but yeah, some people are like, oh, it's no threat. Well, does that mean you know what they are?
Yeah, how do you know
Right.
it's no threat?
So,
Interesting.
yeah. And some guy, one of the interviews I listened to, said, these drones have been over military bases for a long time. Usually foreign military bases, but now the fact they're like American bases in England and it's getting
Yeah.
shared on social media, that it's a bigger thing, but it's not that unusual. And he said, what you should be concerned about is the fact that you think air bases are safe, that their airspace is safe, but they're not as safe as you'd like to think because these things happen all the time. And talking about, I've heard that, they don't want to start shooting them down because there are some civilian areas around there. You start shooting them down, it almost makes it worse than, assuming they know what it is, which maybe they don't.
Right.
One report from a guy's source said they have some sort of nuclear signature to them, which that gets into a whole nother level of what you can and
God.
cannot do. And so I don't know, but just
It's
when
probably Russia.
you're bored at court, Cat, and you're just sitting there, get on the Twitter and start browsing drones,
Yeah.
searching drones.
Probably do it while they're doing the trial because that sleeping guy doesn't
Probably.
really
That's right.
ever get called out.
Yeah, I'll do that. But also, like, I don't think we've talked about it though on air, but there was another UAP hearing a couple weeks ago, and again under oath, people
It's this
who are very,
Lou Elizondo, I think, was who
yeah, wasn't he like a
was one
CIA
of-
guy or something? He was
possibly.
in one of the intelligence.
Yeah. There's
agencies.
also, I've heard people talking about him, like he's saying things that they were like, well, you're saying this now. Why, you've been talking about these kind of things for years. Why didn't you say that before? Or, like, why are you like deciding when and where to say things? He may be legit. I don't know. There's this whole culture, this whole ufology, group that, well, I don't know if I can trust this guy. Well, this guy's legit. And, yeah, it's,
Some weird stuff going on.
it's like there's probably some infighting between UFO people,
Sure.
the experts that, as far as who they like, who they trust, who they don't, and whatever. But I don't know. I don't know that much about any of them to know. But yes, he did testify. But it's interesting. You have people testifying about things like this in front of, our government, but it's not even really a story. It happens, and because I guess you never. And at this point, I don't know how many people would believe if the government did come out and admit it. People still wouldn't believe it. So
Right. Well, and I've heard a theory that the government's trying to ease us into the idea of it because once we do find out, it's going to be cray-cray.
Yeah, that is a theory that it's sort of a slow rollout of getting people used to the idea. And people are like, dude, I don't care. I'm just trying to get through my own life. Like, just if they're there, tell us. If not, just go fix my problems. And,
Right.
Well, speaking of UFOs, maybe Star Wars is another way the government's trying to get us ready for that idea.
Interesting.
And one of their new show, Skeleton Crew. What I'm trying to do here.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
Maybe this is all government sponsored. Ever thought about that?
You mean
I
starting back
never
in
thought about that.
1977?
Trying to ease us in.
Oh,
Right.
Interesting.
Well,
But there was a second episode. I think we only talked about Skeleton Crew episode 1 last time. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause I hadn't seen it, number 2
Right.
yet.
So there are some UFOs in this movie as well, or show.
I
episode.
guess, technically.
I've got a review from Decider Up. I don't know if you guys have thoughts you'd like to start with on episode 2.
it's also good. They're starting to, get out in space and see worlds they haven't seen before. They, of course, end up in some, debauchery type of
A wretched,
Borgo.
wretched hive of scum and
wretched
villainy.
hive of exactly. They didn't end up in like a nice child-friendly
No.
daycare area of the universe.
Turns
but
out.
It's called Port Borgo, a space station with an open maw to which visitors are ferried from their vessels in tiny little bubbles.
Those little ferrymen
Bubble
were
ships.
very cute. The
I
little-
like the little bubble. I like the little guy that flew them. It reminded me of E.T. when they're walking through the plastic
Oh, yeah.
little
Mhm.
tunnel to getting in and out of the house.
Totally.
Yes.
And the little ferryman had like Babu Frick energy.
Yep.
It was super cute.
Don't pay the ferryman. So
Yes. So is this the introduction of SM-33 in this episode? It's kind of
Yeah.
hard to remember which.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See
because he
him
comes to
during this,
life.
right?
Yeah, you see him in the first
Fern-
episode, but he's like just
Okay.
frozen. He's dead.
Because Fern has fooled him into thinking that she took down the previous captain.
Yeah,
So
she's-
now she
she's very
is the new
smart.
captain. Very industrious,
Yeah,
ambitious.
I like Fern.
Yeah. So now SM-33 refers to her as captain.
Yeah, it's really cute.
wasn't that hard to fool the
No,
droid?
it
But
wasn't.
but good job, Fern.
Well, to be
Smart.
fair, the droid has a rat living in its head, so
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. So they've got to try to, at this space station, find somebody that can get them back home. So they take their credits that Wim happens to have from his dad, and
Yeah.
they're going to go and, I don't know, try to figure something out at the space station.
Well, I like how that when they paid the little ferryman, he gave him I think like 1 or 2 credits, and that little alien monkey guy, he just looked like he won the lottery, and he was like, "I'm out."
yeah, he
just ran
ran
off.
Yeah,
So you know something's up.
Like, how much is that?
And they tell SM-33 that where they're from, which is at Atten. And they say, just take us back to where we just came from. Can't we just press like a back button? And SM-33 has no idea what he thinks are full of crap.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what it is.
Not in his system.
he's
not in
naming
his
all
circuit.
these
Right.
other planets that start with A. They're like, no.
Aldani.
Yeah,
Right. It does seem like there'd be some kind of, in the database, stored location of at least the
last
coordinates they
jump,
were
yeah.
just at. So that was a little confusing,
had
left
the
a little
same
open
thought.
for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a Star
So-
69 type thing.
Right.
For
Right.
those of you who remember telephone.
Remember when that became a thing, and then it was scary? You couldn't just call people and hang up. 'Cause they could just call you right
couldn't-
back. That
Crank
took
call.
prank calls out, or calling somebody.
Well,
had a
then you
crush
had to
on
start
just to hear
doing-
their voice.
Wait, which one was it? Star 67? There's another one where you could block your number then.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. You had to do that star thing before you made the call.
Got
and then it would show up as private, like blocked or private call.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now they're just roaming around this star base, like, or space station,
Yeah.
waving Wim's waving around those old
Wim.
Republic credits, words
Wim-
getting out.
Wim does
There's a
not know
very-
how to chill.
Kindly brothel
No.
worker that sees the children wandering and comes over to them and says, "Are you children?" Just making sure. What are you doing
Are
here?
you children?
So we have the kindly brothel worker. We didn't really see what happened.
No, she just kind of disappears.
So she was like, "We have to hide you." She was being very nice. But it was too late because by then the word had got around from the little monkey creature that this kid has got some old Republic credits.
Well, and she even said, "Where are you guys from?" And they said,
Mhm.
Aladani. And she's like, "Okay, funny."
no,
At Atten.
at Atten, Aldani.
It's great. Aldron doesn't matter. She's like, "No, seriously, where are you guys from?" So there's like, keeps happening. This is a theme, right? Throughout the
Right.
whole episode.
Right. And so then the rest of the pirates, the real pirates, show up and they're very scary. And they say, "Oh, where are you guys from again?" And so they are, give us the context of Atten. Oh, that's a myth. That's like treasure planet that doesn't
Right.
exist. And, well, how do you explain these old credits and that sort of thing? So, and maybe there's a treasure trove of old Republic credits there. So, of course, then they want the kids and they want the rest of their credits.
Sure.
So,
it is a pirate port.
yes, a fight ensues on this space station. Luckily, SM-33 shows up.
But also, Fern has a gun.
Yeah, Fern does have a gun. Not very good at wielding it. I think it gets snatched up pretty
Very
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but SM-33 is there. And then did you notice the guest star there, one of the pirates?
Urkel.
Urkel.
Oh yeah,
Steve.
Jaleel.
Yeah. So, okay, good for
Interesting
Jaleel.
Interesting casting.
I remember
Mhm.
I thought it looked like him, but I thought, well, he wouldn't be doing this. But nope,
No.
he did.
Yeah. And so the werewolf pirate shows up again, right? That
Yeah.
we saw in the first episode, who kind of had a mutiny over the mysterious captain,
Yeah.
pirate captain, who I don't know who it could possibly be. But we'll find out, I guess.
No idea.
Yeah. So these kids, they get thrown in the brig, essentially.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
they're not
so-
messing around.
Yeah, but I think the kid, Wim, has like hidden the rest of his credits, right? In his shoe or something like that.
They'll never look there.
Exactly.
Right. So when they get to the brig, they're trying to figure out how they're going to get out, what they can do. And then a very mysterious man comes out from the shadows,
Indeed.
reveals his face to be none other than
Jude Law.
Dun, dun, dun.
And they have to, they're like, how are we going to get that? Keys hanging on the wall. Well, lucky for them, this hooded figure is able to use what appears to be a force-like power.
Yeah.
I mean, a
perhaps.
force-like music playing.
And is able to float the key. Now, it seems like if he's had this power, why has he not used that before?
Interesting
To-
question.
Maybe did he hear at some point? Does he know that they have is this his ship that they've brought back to him? Is that's why he didn't maybe have a way off?
Right. He did say they were just chatterboxing those kids in the brig and
Yeah.
saying, oh,
Yeah.
nobody knows where Atten is. Oh,
We gotta get back
hide
to
your
the
credit.
ship.
They're just talking
Yeah.
all about their,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so everybody could hear.
Everything.
Right. So yes, this gentleman has now heard that there's a ship that available. There's that at Atten that, he probably has an idea of what that is. And so I guess then maybe he decides to use his force power.
And they also mentioned the droid by name, right?
Mhm.
SM-33, is that what it?
Yes. Smee or Smee if you're really
Me.
Not Smoo.
But-
Smee.
Is Smee alive? He got blasted.
he did get blasted.
He did. We don't know. But
Yeah.
He'll be back. I bet he'll be back.
They want to find him and repair him. That's
Right.
that's like step 2 of the plan, according to, I forget her name, the Data.
Fern? Oh, the
Sunglasses?
data type. Yeah.
Fern's
FN?
friend.
Fern's
FN?
friend.
I think FN. I don't know.
Yeah. So let's see. I think that those are the main points there in that episode.
Well, the very beginning of I have notes. At the very beginning of the episode,
I asked anybody if they had notes or thoughts before I started.
I thought of them as
Nobody
you
said
were
anything.
talking. You helped to jog my memory. This is not an attack, okay? We see Wim's dad in the forest. And there's these two, they look like patrol droids or something, looking for something. And then they come across Wim's dad. He's freaking out, and he's talking about having the kids are in a spaceship. They've left the atmosphere. And he says...
barrier.
Yeah, exactly. He
Yes.
says they must be past the barrier. So that I feel is a clue about something.
Well, it's helping
mention
hide
it-
that planet, but the fact that he's aware that there is a barrier.
Right. So maybe all the adults are in on it.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have also a little comment as far as it's not safe out there,
Yeah.
past the barrier.
Right. I mean, he's
He
right.
knows.
Obviously,
Yeah.
it's not.
He's definitely right.
Right.
So that's interesting. And then, Tara, these kids were running around that spaceport. Were you okay with them running around the spaceport? Because I know you don't
No.
like kids running.
Well, I appreciated the fact that once the pirates were onto them and they decided we're going to get these children, that they freaking got them. It wasn't that freaking hard. They're not even Jedi, and they're able to capture these
That's
kids.
true. Okay. Good point.
So no, I had no problem with it.
Okay.
I had no problem with it. They didn't really elude anyone for too long.
It's true.
So it's more realistic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I wonder if we ever see that nice sex worker again.
Yeah, I hope so.
She had I liked her design. She had cool
Yeah.
makeup head thing
I
going
like
on.
her vibe.
She was a cool vibe. And I think she genuinely was trying to help them.
Yeah, I don't think she was, had nefarious.
No, it's the hooker with a heart of gold, that kind of thing.
Yes. So yeah,
Um,
that was all the notes I have.
That's it. Okay. Wendy,
Well, and
any
the
other
rat,
notes?
the little rat thing. Elephant Boy tried to get the rat to go get the key and just cheesed out of there. It's like, bye.
Well, but Rat Boy is a teak, which was seen in Return of the Jet, like the Ewok made for TV movies. So technically, teak is native to the forest moon of Endor, where the Ewoks live.
What? What are you talking
Is
about?
it
The
like an
ferryman.
intelligent creature?
Oh, the
Maybe it went to
ferryman. Okay.
Yeah,
maybe it went to find SM-33 then.
the little monkey guy.
Like it. Oh, you're talking about
The
the
little
monkey guy. I thought you
ferryman.
were talking about the rat guy. Okay.
No, the little
little
fairy
rat.
man. He's like a little weird space monkey guy. There's I found all these Easter eggs, like remember those little fuzzy balls of things with wings that were in cages, and then they got out. Those are from Michael Jackson's Captain EO film.
I knew that looked familiar.
I had never seen them, but
Have you
they're-
not seen? You didn't. You never saw.
I mean,
Captain
maybe
EO?
back in the day. I don't remember anything about it. If I did,
So then, Captain EO takes place in the Star Wars universe. is what-
apparently
is what
now
we're
it
saying.
does, and
That's
it does
wild.
now. Yeah, they mentioned so the Force sounding music when he gets the key, which people are like, is it a magnet thing? Is he a
Right.
trickster? Is
Yes.
it really?
It almost
Force?
looked like it was
But
on a
they're
string
playing-
or something.
Yeah, they're playing
Mhm.
Force music to imply that. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Don't
I
the
mean, he
kids
literally
make a
just showed up.
comment? Don't they ask him, "Are you're a Jedi?"
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he just like,
Yeah.
I think. Wayne
Yeah.
was.
Can you keep a secret? Yeah.
Don't ever. When an adult says that to a kid, makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Right.
don't like that.
Right.
They have a list of all the aliens that you see in the episode, and every single one of, at least on this list, is from another film.
love that.
A lot of Return of the Jedi, probably in Jabba's palace. Some in New
That's
Hope. Some in Mandalorian. Some in Rogue One. Some in Solo. Some they went back and found. There's one, a green giraffe-like alien that's making its debut in Skeleton Crew, but the rest of them are. They took them from other Star Wars media.
Repurposed.
Yeah, or
I
just
feel like that's
actually
Jar Jar
big.
Binks, a green giraffe-like alien.
Don't say that name.
What's wrong with Jar Jar?
Nothing. He got a bad rap. I do like that they're using a lot of Easter egg throwbacks, and they did the holiday special thingy in the first
They're
one.
pulling that out. They're not
love
messing
it.
around.
It's really fun. I can't wait to see what else they do.
Yeah.
Easter eggs.
Tomorrow night, right? Monday nights it comes
No,
out?
Tuesday. It came out a day.
That's
Remember, it was
right.
like a day early release.
Oh, yeah.
The normal
Tuesdays.
release. Yeah.
Oh man, that's so Guyland night. Too many things. Too many
Oh
things.
man. But no, I'm still digging it. Are you guys still into this show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's fun.
we're 2 down. I hope it keeps up. I've heard from people that have seen the first 3 that it stays good, at least for 3. And people are kind of celebrating the fact that it's like, all of Twitter's kind of on the same page with this. They're all liking it. Let's just try to hold on to this.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that the show would unite haters and non-haters alike.
I mean, do you feel like of any show that's come out, a show with children as being the primary characters would not be the one that unites us all? But
Yeah, totally.
here we go. Yeah, curious to see where it goes. Oh, I just saw on Twitter. I guess there was a shot of little Neil, the elephant boy. I think it was first episode, obviously, but he was taking a bubble bath.
He was.
That was just
So cute.
It's just cute. It's just a cute show.
And he's so upset. He's like, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
I know, but it's interesting that you see like his family obviously has a lot of love, and it's like a loving family, and he's got his siblings and
He gets to take
poor little
bubble
Wim.
baths.
I mean, he kind of his dad loves him, but he's very strict and very
It doesn't seem
he
like
doesn't mess
it's-
around. Like, you do your studies, and I've got to go do my work things. Here's money for your lunch. And
He's like
he's
never
just
around.
older. Yeah, he's not around a whole lot, so you can see why he's like, hey, you know what? I want an adventure. I don't have anything to rush home for.
Yeah, he's the one of the kid. He's the only kid that's like super into being on an adventure. Everyone else just wants to go home.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's good. I'm digging it.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, I think it's time we talk about another time and space travel type of movie that came out
perfect.
recently.
Okay.
We'll say co-starring friend of the Snop, Kat Burrell. Kat Burrell did not play a main character, which she should have, frankly, if I'm honest. But she was the a supporting character of sorts. That is A 90s Christmas on Hallmark that came out last week. There's a really great review on theavocado.org, and I wish I just really want to read this whole review like
It's
out
pretty
loud because
funny.
it encompasses. I'm just going to read parts of it. I can't find the author of it. Like, it doesn't say who wrote this article because I want to, or this review, because I really want to give them credit. But it's got like 66 comments on here. The comments are pretty funny if you go through it. It's on theavocado.org. And it's the Hallmark Christmas 90s View review. So where do we start? Now, Wendy and I saw the movie. Kat, you have not seen it yet.
That is correct.
So we, we're gonna go ahead and spoil it for you. But like we've said, if you've seen a Hallmark movie, you kind of have a good idea what the entire plot is. So
Okay. Well, if there's anything that I can you can pose questions, I can try to guess the plot that's happening.
okay.
That would be great as it comes
Great.
up.
I am going to start with this, and this is from the article from the Avocado, a recap. So we'll pull some parts from this, and then we'll discuss.
Perfect.
So this movie starts, and let me be clear, takes place in 2024.
Okay.
Starring the main character's name is Lucy.
Great.
The review says Lucy is a hot, glasses-wearing divorce lawyer who has committed the greatest sin in Hallmark. She likes to work. She's a workaholic.
That's never going to get you anywhere in Hallmark movies.
And I actually thought she was quite a good divorce lawyer. She was being very sympathetic, empathetic with this woman. It's not like she was some really mean or money grubbing,
Right.
sleazy divorce lawyer. So
She has compassion.
anyway, that kind of comes back later. But anyway, she is compassionate.
Okay.
So She loves to work so much that she consistently ignores the sanctity of Christmas. This year, she's finally earned her big promotion that she's been gunning for the last, let me hammer this home, the last 20 years.
Whoa.
That's right,
So-
baby. Lucy made partner.
20 years, huh?
So I want to be
Been
clear.
at that for 20 years.
20,
She's not a
Right.
good lawyer.
so 20 years. She's been working at this. So when we get to the timing, the timeline of this movie is a little questionable.
Okay.
So while reveling in her good fortune, she gets a call from her sister, who begs Lucy to come home for Christmas, and they share memories. And this is from the article about their all capital dead father trademark. So that's Hallmark trademark. Lucy tells her sister to shove it. She's planning to celebrate her big promotion at Denny's.
No.
She has a pancake. She wants to have her pancake
No. You're not.
by herself or party by herself.
She's at Denny's?
Before celebrating with the Grand Slam, she plays a quick game of office pool with her assistant because they have a cool pool table at
What?
her really cool law firm.
Is
right?
this true?
It's
And
such a
where she
Christmas
has
party. Yeah.
exposition dumps about not having a boyfriend. So there's lots of talking where
Okay. But
we
no,
set
can
that
we
up.
just-
She's too busy for
She-
dating.
She does go to a Denny's.
Is it a
It's-
Denny's or Denny-esque?
It's Denny-esque. I don't
Okay.
think they mention yes, but
like a diner.
It is
It's an
meant
American
to-
diner.
Yes. So I just
I
want
mean,
to
the food is in baskets with red and white checkered paper under the food.
It's
Right.
Denny's.
You know.
And I just want to be clear here. So this woman, who has been working for 20 years, we learn. I don't want to. I'm just not going to give it away yet. Okay, we're going to keep going.
Okay.
So while she's eating her pancakes at the Denny wannabe restaurant, Denny's wannabe,
We'll call it Lenny's.
she's interrupted by a man named Matt, Lucy's former next door neighbor and childhood friend. So
Okay.
it says the whole chance meeting is sad and weird, which I agree. It's very awkward. Matt is now an insurance salesman who never became an actor like he wanted to. That was his big dream. And he's currently going through a divorce. It says even worse. Lucy is a lonely, wealthy spinster. So you can't have that. So
Spinster.
then Matt basically tells Lucy, hey, no shock that you're having you're having Christmas alone here at Denny's,
Lenny's.
because you are so good at running out on people
Whoa.
you did 20 years ago.
Holy shit.
But then they make it clear that it wasn't 20 years ago, actually. This is a mistake in the article. It's made clear several times throughout the movie that this was 25 years ago.
Okay.
So they're talking to each other for a few minutes, and then he leaves and Lucy feels like shit. But then she, decides, okay, she's going to take a ride share home. So she gets in this old timey looking, I don't know if I would get in this car because it's decorated with Christmas. It's cute.
It's like a jalopy.
But I don't know what rideshare app she's using. So let's see, how does this happen? She barges in. Oh no, the woman sits down in her booth. That's
Yeah.
right. And this is Kat Burrell.
Ah.
This in and out, there then not there, whimsical creature.
Okay.
So she sits down in Lucy's booth and starts grilling Lucy with incredibly intrusive questions.
Oh.
The lady asks her if she'd like a do-over on life. Lucy once again has to affirm to a nosy person that she's fine with the way she's living. She's seemed
She's
really
happy.
excited.
Yeah,
she's
she's
got her
happy.
letter. Another important piece of this is she just got the letter from the law firm president saying she made partner. So this letter is very important as we go on.
I see.
So this person is in the booth. Then she's like, okay, I'm peacing out. And she orders her Uber-like rideshare.
Boober.
Then none other than this woman shows up again.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That's weird.
It's very much like your character, Kat, in God Complex,
Yes.
where you're the door man, and then you're also the cab driver,
Bartender, yeah.
the bartender.
She says something about having to work 2 jobs.
Right.
As
Right. Then this article says the woman then kidnaps the high-powered lawyer and dumps her at her family's home in Milwaukee.
Okay.
So they're in the car now. Does Lucy like fall asleep? What happened? She's like, or she's on her phone. She's not paying attention to like where
drugged,
they're
perhaps?
Yeah, she kind
going?
of like walks in and sees her bedroom, and it's like I think it's like her parents' house, and she walks in.
She's not trying to go to her parents' house. She's like trying to go home. She goes, okay, just take me
but
home.
I think
Here's the address.
she wanted to just go home, but then I think when she ended up going back to her parents' house, she was confused like why the driver brought her here, but she didn't think anything other than like, why'd you bring me to my parents' house? Well, how did the driver know where the parents' house or her mom's house was?
Exactly.
So she doesn't think it's weird. She just thinks it's weird that she got dropped off at home,
but
not
then
her.
she's just kind of like, well, I'm home now. I guess I'll go in and say hi to people. So yes, there was not a lot of
yells
questioning.
at mom in the other room.
Right.
She goes to her room
and when she gets out, I think she looks a little different. But when I say a little, I mean a little. Not a lot of effort goes into making her look that much different. So yeah, she goes in. I think first
different
she
hair,
sees
no glasses,
some like old minivans parked in the driveway.
Fun.
Like a nod to like the classic soccer mom minivans of the 90s.
Sure.
So she goes in, she's yelling for her mom, but her mom doesn't really like everyone's kind of she yells back to her. She's like, why are you here so late? It's so late. So you hear hear her mom, but they don't actually see each other interact. So Lucy just thinks that she's in the 2024 version of her mother's house.
Okay.
So she's walking through the house and she goes back to like her bedroom. I guess she's just like, okay, well, I'm here. I'm just going to go to bed. I'll see you in the morning. And I think that's where she looks in the mirror and she's like bangs, or maybe that's the next morning when she wakes up. Anyway, she goes to bed. The next morning, she wakes up to the song Sixpence None the Richer, Kiss Me.
Oh,
right.
Wow, they spent some money on that.
And slowly realizing she's not in 2024 because now she has bangs, like straight across bangs, which I guess is a distinctly 90s thing and definitely not a current popular trend that is happening.
Sure.
I just want to reiterate, now's when we really start to learn that is Lucy like 12 in 1999 or like 16 in 1999.
Okay.
Maybe this Matt guy and her were like, again, like childhood friends, high school sweethearts, maybe. But this is when we learn and we have to start suspending all belief in time and space that Lucy is actually 19 in 1999. She's 19 in 1999. Let that sink in. So she has traveled back 25 years.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to believe that when we've seen Lucy earlier, she was 44 years old.
Oh, come on.
44 years old. Clearly, this actress is like 30. I looked her up. She's 32. Okay. So 31. Right. And like, I'm not saying they just gave her glasses. Like that was her.
yeah.
44. And then they really tried to hammer home. I think it's mentioned several times that's been 25 years. 25 years. Like usually these movies, like, oh, it's been like 10 years since you've seen your like old flame or whatever. 25 years since she's seen that Matt person,
It's
right?
a long time.
25 years since, again, I guess she went to college and then went to law school and now we've been working. So 20 years since she's been trying to make partner, but then you remember she's got to go through all the school before that, right?
That doesn't really make sense.
So she's at least 44 years old, I guess. So that really threw me for a loop. I'm like, why does she have to be, why not just get other actors, and I'm sure it's a budget thing, to play get like a more age appropriate person. If you're gonna go with someone in their mid 40s, so it doesn't work either way.
Yeah.
This person does not look 44 in any way, shape, or form. Yet they do also not look 19 in any way, shape, or form.
Sure.
So it's very kind of distracting the whole time.
I see.
And Wendy and I were texting about this a little bit, and we kind of thought Caparel actually would have been a more appropriate choice to like sell. To me, she can age up a little. She just has a more mature look in general. And then she could play younger a little. But it just did not work at all the way they physically try to transform. And then again, you're like, wait, this person's supposed to be 40 freaking 4? 44. Come on.
Yeah, I think Kat would have been able to, like, I mean, nothing against the actress. I mean, she probably does things well. She's done a lot of stuff, but it's just like, I just wasn't feeling it, like, to where I feel like Kat would have better sold the maturity of 44 and then the youthfulness of 19 as best she could. I mean, you can only make someone look so much older or younger, but I feel like her range would have been beneficial,
I see.
you know.
I'm like, why? I don't know. So the 90s is like 1999, okay?
That's like
On the edge of the 90s.
They
hardly the
should have
90s.
just set this movie in like 2015 or something, like the beginning of the movie, and then gone back. To me, that would have been more like, and then maybe had like a jump forward to present, and then they like give her a little age, and then she's like, I don't know, but it was just a weird timeline to follow because they kept saying 25 years ago. Like, that's a long time ago.
It is.
For a Hallmark, to me, this movie should look completely different. If I'm thinking she's supposed to be reigniting something with someone from 25 years ago.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, this is where we have to suspend all belief.
Sure.
So there's various things where Lucy is trying to look at a paper. She's trying to figure out what day it is. She's watching the news. It's all coming to her that, like, how did this happen? I am in 1999.
Okay.
We see Kat again. She's just kind of hanging out outside. She's like, yeah, I'm giving you another shot. So, do with it what you will. And thank goodness she still got this letter from the law firm because right now the letter is intact. All the paragraphs are there and the heading,
Great.
the header and the footer is there.
Okay. Good.
But as we go through the movie and little changes are made, it gets very Back to the Future in that, like Marty McFly's photo of his family, things are disappearing little by little with each different choice that he makes.
Uh-oh.
Each little thing she's doing differently, like, for instance, getting a little closer to Matt, who now, I like how this article states, now we know Matt is age 19 because he has a middle part down in his hair.
Sure.
He's got the middle part and the, like, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, like, kind of bit longer hair going on. Like,
kind of the hairstyle I'm rocking right now.
Right, a little bit,
To be honest.
So these little changes, like a paragraph from the letter disappears, and she's like, "Oh shit, no, I don't want to lose I got to be partner. Oh my god, I can't. I'm going to do everything exactly how I did it. I'm not going to kiss Matt under the mistletoe that one night. I'm just going to keep doing what I do because this is the life that I want." But he keeps doing little things differently, and each paragraph disappears. So then she has to make a choice. Look, you just have to watch the movie. I'm not going to go through it line by line for you, Kat.
That's totally fair.
Yeah. I love this line in The Avocado again. It says, Lucy spontaneously kisses Matt to see if she'll get to go home to her Roth IRA. But it doesn't work. Worse yet, her promotion letter isn't taking the time travel very well since sentences are slowly disappearing.
Oh, boy.
So she's got a choice to make now. Is she, and there's a lot of other trademark things along with, dead father, also dead grandparents. So she gets to see her dead grandparents again.
And she has a gay sister.
She does. She has a gay sister. So it is mentioned in the first 5 minutes, we're introduced to her very gay male assistant and her gay sister, who in 2024, she's unhappily single too, because you just can't be single and happy. It's just like she's unlucky in love. She hasn't found the girl of her dreams. But again, and the sister, so I guess so she's 44. This sister, she's only like 2 years younger than her. Okay. Because they go back to high school. This girl's like 17 or a senior in high school. And then Lucy is supposed to be 19. Like, she's actually waited because her father just died. She waited a year to start college. So the sister is like at most 2 years younger than her. So, which means she would be 42 in 2024. Again, if you see the actress, it looks like 25.
Oh, God.
It looks 25. They don't make any attempt.
They
But
didn't even
their
try.
attempt to get her to look younger in 1999 is they put some like colored tips on the bottom of her hair. So now she has like one blue, one pink. So
Nailed it.
clearly now she's 17 in 1999.
Sure.
Now it is funny because the sister, I can't remember what her name is in this movie, but the sister has this friend. Do you remember the friend's name, Wendy? The friend's house that she keeps going over to, her bandmate.
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
remember.
A female friend.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so she's like, oh, I got to go over to, I'm just going to call her Tiffany for lack of it. I'm going to go over, got to go over to Tiffany's house. We got to rehearse. Oh, Tiffany, I got to go see Tiffany. And Lucy's like, now I see what's going on here. And that part was kind of
Tiffany's
cute.
house.
So there was a fun part where basically Lucy calls out her sister and she's like, are you and Tiffany maybe more than friends?
That's
And
cute.
the sister's like, what? Oh. Then yes. So that there's a cute moment where
cute.
she comes out, and she's like, all right, I got to get over to Tiffany's house. And her sister's like, good luck. So
God.
it's cute. But there's a lot of 90s nuggets in here.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to think Lucy's this dense, but when Matt keeps calling her lobster, the first thing that came to my mind is like Friends, right?
yeah.
Friends restaurant. Like she's his lobster, like
Yeah.
Ross and Rachel, right?
Of course.
But Lucy has no concept. I guess Lucy doesn't watch Friends in the 90s. But that was revealed at the end, because no one could possibly guess that. So in short, Lucy decides, fuck it. I'm going to make these changes and just see what happens. I'm going to kiss Matt under the mistletoe.
Okay.
I'm going to kiss him at the ice rink or wherever they are.
Okay.
I'm going to try these little different things and see what happens.
Okay.
So then we get, Wendy, do you want to describe kind of what the ending that was actually kind of pleasant?
Well, she decides, spoiler, that instead of going off and doing her own thing and being alone in life but successful,
And hashtag independent and
independent.
not,
well, there you can be independent, but she didn't even have friends really, except for that one dude.
she did kind of not
Kinda
even see her
had
family
some-
at all.
Right.
Or,
Her best friend, who I thought was funny, Nadine, who she's like giving Apple stock tips to and stuff.
because in 2024, before she time jumped, she saw like a Facebook post about Nadine who her home flooded and she lost everything. And she's like, oh no, poor Nadine. And she donates to her GoFundMe essentially.
Oh, that's nice.
But she hadn't talked to Nate. And it's again, we haven't talked in 25 years. 25 years. So there's again, it's mentioned.
She ditched all the people in her life. It was sad. So she decides, you know what is success? I could keep everything the same and go back to my life as it was, but no, I want to change it. I want to kiss the boy. I want to tell him I love him, and it may cost me partnership, but at least I'll be happy. And then she runs to do that, and Caprell's like, all right, girl, yeah, you'd made the right choice. So she goes and kisses him, and then it's like this whole life, of that she got since she changed what she did, flashes, and it's this montage of them and having their family and their kids, and she still ends up being successful, and it's all good, and she's not a divorce lawyer anymore. It's a estate law, so it's like
yeah, because
least
estate law
it's
was her big
happier
dream,
law.
not divorce.
It's way more
yeah,
exciting.
and Matt's, I guess, doing his acting thing, and so
Yes,
after
Matt came out to his parents and that he wanted to be an actor.
Right,
that
that was his
Matt's
come
big
out
thing.
moment.
Yeah,
Very funny.
And then next thing you know, they're there, and they're and then all of a sudden she's got her glasses back, and she's back in her normal time.
The glasses were
Her
ridiculous.
glasses.
And
The big reveal when she goes to Matt, and we're now supposed to believe she's right. Okay, wait. Where were you? Did you go through the montage thing?
well, yeah, I mean they had a montage of her life after making these different choices.
right
and it was
decisions.
nice. I was like, oh,
It was
that
nice.
Sweet. It
It
was
was
a sweet
cute.
montage. She got her success and a family, and she's happy now.
She has it all.
Yep.
Somehow with all that montage was sweet, and the music was nice.
It was nice.
But then they poof out back in 2024 in their new life. Yes, the glasses, Wendy mentioned. Now, instead of the straight bangs, she has the side part bang, the side swept bangs.
Oh,
So now
very
we're back in
different.
2024.
Right.
And she has glasses, and they do this close up of her where there are so clearly no frames in the glasses.
Oh,
No attempt made.
no
Like there
glass.
must have been a glare. Or no frame. Yeah, no glass. It's just frames.
Got it.
And I'm sure there was a glare in the camera or something, but still, it looked really silly. And these glasses were supposed to be like, well, now she's going blind because she's over. Everybody needs glasses.
She's in her 40s. She can't see anymore.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah. But so next thing you know, she's got her life, and it was a happy ending.
Yeah.
And they go to see the family and with the two kids that they have now or whatever. And we learn that sister and Tiffany, that I'm calling her, they're together.
Hey, 25 years they've been together.
Right. Tiffany and sister have been together for, again, 25 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
So good for them.
Is Dad still dead?
Dad
Yeah.
is dead.
They
Dad
couldn't
was
change
dead
that.
when
Right.
That's
Doesn't
because she came back like the year after that had happened. Because that's why she fled, went away from everyone. She couldn't
Couldn't
too
deal.
hard. Too hard.
for 25 years.
So are you saying it all worked out in the end?
So, surprisingly, yeah.
She got the
Yeah.
family, the kids, the husband, and a successful career.
Thanks to Kat Burrell. Oh, and let's not bury the fact that Kate Drummond was her mom.
Yeah, Kate Drummond.
Oh, I heard. Yeah. I
Let's
heard,
not
I heard
forget
she's
that.
in- That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should
Her
watch
mom.
this. I'll watch
Yeah, it's worth checking out, Yeah, it was a sweet moment too when she sees her grandparents, and then I think she tells her sister to like pay extra attention to Grandpa, implying it's like his last year. Like, give him a little extra love this year, But that was a sweet moment when she sees him again and gets emotional. But yeah,
That's very sweet.
it was, it was started weird, like it felt weird. And
was
I was
weird.
like that. The way she's like trying to act mature means like you don't move a lot and it was like, that's why I feel like it was all right. And then he
move
showed
a lot.
up and he looked really young, but he fit fine when he went back in teenagers, better than she did because he already had a young look to him. And then, yeah,
But again,
her
it's
acting
supposed to be a
was-
45-year-old man.
yeah,
40
which
yeah.
he was not. I mean,
And I'm not saying that they're like that you have to make them look old or something. It's just like it was so unbelievable, just
Yeah.
the way they were.
I like what you
They
said.
just
though.
should have done something differently with the
Go back
with the
10
casting.
years. Don't go
Right.
back 25.
But then it wouldn't be a 90s Christmas. But that's why I'm saying they should have
Well,
just had it
true.
the whole thing take place in 2010 or 2015 and had it been, or even to make them but again, it wouldn't work to use the same actors, like made them like high school, like 14, 15, childhood friend, a little younger than 19. But both age timelines did not work for me at all. So
It's weird choice to do that
yeah.
and not attempt to make these people look older.
Right.
just
So I'm
like
like,
you
who's
said,
the
change the
audience? Who's the
actors.
audience for this film? Because it
Yeah.
really didn't. I don't know.
Us, apparently.
Yeah, but then just cast a person that is age appropriate. Age appropriate. I think that would have worked been more fun. Cast freaking Lacey Chabert. Again, I know money is no object, or is every object with Hollywood, but cast one of any of the actors that are at least in their late 30s and can maybe be slightly more believable, and then it would be more comedic maybe if you're trying to really make them look like younger, but it just did not work with the two people that they chose. I don't know, but
That's a
Cat
no
was
from
fine.
you.
That's a no from me. I feel like
for me,
I know
dog.
Cat Burrell's also only 34, but for me she has a more mature look to her, and they could have done some. I don't know.
And this is a fun article. I'm just at the very end. They give it a rating of 3 out of 5 Baja men. I don't know what that means. Stray thoughts. One of them is making partners, the only thing rom-coms know about
Yeah.
lawyers.
Mhm.
And this movie craps all over insurance salesmen. Apparently, they're the scum of the earth.
Well, sometimes.
Hey, my dad was a retired
Not all of them.
insurance salesman, and I was a insurance salesperson
What?
for a while. Yeah.
You were not. Really?
Yes, I was. I was a licensed insurance agent through the state of California. I was special agent Cat Crimmins.
Wow. Fun.
Wow.
That's right.
Special agent. By the way, Tara, they also review Hot Frosty on that site. So you
Oh,
should not
fun.
I'm
read.
sure that's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, Hot Frosty's really taken off. So, maybe I'll watch that one.
Of the
Another
two-
stray thought from this article says
Yeah.
Lucy doesn't need those glasses. Yeah.
Apparently, 'cause
Agree.
there's no lenses in them. Of those two movies, Hot Frosty and 90s Christmas, which would you recommend I watch?
Oh my God.
If I only watch one cheesy
I'd
Christmas
say it's got to be
movie-
this one for Cat.
Well,
Kate,
yeah, I'd say
right?
for Cat. Just for Cat. But
Which
Cat's
one
in
would you
it
say was
for
better?
like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Collectively?
she may be in it for like 10 minutes tops.
Okay.
So,
Maybe I just watch her scenes and then I watch Hot Frosty.
But Naked Toddler Snowman Boy is,
I mean, for entertainment value, at least this movie made me more frustrated by the timeline. Where at least with Hot Frosty, I mean, I was also frustrated with the fact that he had the brain function of a toddler.
Yeah, he's a
and
man-child.
Yeah. They're both I guess Hot Frosty's problematic in a more actual problematic way. Man, I don't know. Hot Frosty will just keep you thinking about it a little longer.
I see, it's insidious.
really.
Yeah. You'll really have some questions, some thoughts, things will just remind you of it. Like it's weird.
Well, I think you sent us that clip of somebody made a little video of the movie, the scene, and Hot Frosty's like making pancakes or something in the kitchen. They're having this chat time, and he turns to the woman and says, "What's cancer?"
Yeah, no, he goes,
What?
He goes, no, did you look at the thing I sent? It was a scene from the show. And in context, Hot Frosty is cooking because Hot Frosty can watch anything on TV and then know how to do it magically. So Hot Frosty
do that.
watched cooking shows and watched do-it-yourself home building shows. So he can build things and he can cook things. So he was making like pancakes or something for Lacey Chubert's character. And he goes, and so he also believes things. So he watches scary movies. So he thinks scary movie, like things in scary movies are real. So he goes,
Yeah.
can I talk to you for a second? I was down in the basement checking the house for vampires and I found some things. What's cancer? Because he found documents written in what's that font name? That's it's like a very 90s font. It looks like Comic Sans. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You and
And
your
it's like
fonts.
the health records from her dead husband that says cancer treatment, blah, blah, blah. So, so we can know, what happened to him.
Yeah.
And so what's cancer? I was searching the house for vampires.
He's just stirring
What's
this
cancer?
batter.
Yeah, while he's flipping pancakes. And then she just deadpan. Well, Jack, it's a really bad thing. It's sad. Just dead, just flat. That was completely normal. And then it goes on. That's a normal conversation. I'm checking the house she thinks this man in her house. He's checked the house for vampires. He went through her stuff and is now asking what cancer is. And then totally fine with
I
that.
have to watch this movie.
I think you have to. I think,
feel like the curiosity is getting me.
Yeah.
yeah.
What's cancer?
What's cancer? And then she's like, you know what? At this moment, I've never found another man more attractive than I find this man right now.
I want him so bad.
Yeah, he's so hot.
He is the
and
man.
so caring. He's asking what cancer is.
And he was
I'm
making
so attracted to
sure
him.
there weren't vampires in the house.
He's checked my house for vampires. He did do a lot of repairs,
Well,
you know,
I mean, that's good.
and most of them were shirtless, and the women would drive by and like totally objectify him and like bring him very predatorily over to their like book club meeting and just like objectify him. And that was really weird because again, he's like a completely like innocent, childlike personality and doesn't realize that these women are totally
thirsty.
Thirsty. And it's just weird.
It's inappropriate is what it is, Tara.
But it will
If
make
it
you
was a
laugh.
w-
It
if
will
it-
make you laugh out LOL for all the wrong reasons. But
If it was
that's what
reversed and a man
oh yeah.
was in love with a hot snow lady with the
Right.
mind of an 8-year-old,
A clueless, hot 8-year-old snow lady.
and all his buddies would,
Ooh.
tout her around town,
Yeah.
that would be gross.
It would be really gross. Yeah.
So,
does it
Hot
have
Frosty
like?
is sexist.
Yes. Definitely.
Does it have quote like raunchiness, adult jokes, crude stuff? Like I just keep that's some of the things I'm seeing in the reviews that I've found.
Yeah. Like some of the there's like
Is it
They're-
kind of raunchy?
they're
But
thirsty
the guys
for
of
him.
Like double
I didn't know how
entendre
far
stuff?
it get. Double entendre. I didn't know how far it went, given that it's like this Christmas thing. But
I mean,
I keep seeing comments about like I wanted to watch this with the kids, but
no.
you know.
Why would
No,
you
it
watch
was
a
too
movie
weird.
called Hot
Because
Frosty?
they probably thought it was like, like just a fun Hallmark level of Hot Frosty when it was no Netflix Hot Frosty.
I don't know. There's so many weird things in the movie. I forgot all about the sheriff and trying to get him, and then he's melting everywhere he goes. He's melting. He has to run outside and like take his shirt off and roll in the snow.
Boy.
I say, I just watch at this point.
I feel like I have to.
Just do it.
Just do it. All right.
Yeah. Just for pop culture reasons, I'd say Hot Frosty would be my recommendation to watch rather than 90s Christmas because it will be remembered.
It's going down in history.
Yeah.
I see. It'll
It'll
make
make
a
you
bigger impact on
Think,
pop culture.
make you think about things that you didn't think you would.
Okay. I found an article on yahoo.com. It's fine to like Hot Frosty, but you're kind of a weirdo.
Yeah. Especially if you're one of those people that are like, I watched it 4 times, isn't that my
God.
favorite? Like, oh, they're so cute together. No. And I think just the doctor at the beginning, like we use 2 thermometers. I'm a doctor. He clearly is a snowman. Like there's no other possible reason. And then she goes, and I think you should hit that. Like basically telling her friend, what?
Whoa.
This guy might be crazy, but look how hot he is. Just bring him into your home. Hit that. Let him live with you.
It's going to be great.
It's clearly fine. There's nothing wrong with this man mentally.
Not the fact that he was just a snowman a few days ago.
He
And
broke
now he's a simpleton.
Yeah. The 2 thermometer test. That's medical.
Can't argue that.
That was weird. Yeah.
All right, put it on the list.
Okay.
the list.
I'm very
Hot
curious. I'm very
Frosty.
curious. Okay.
I feel
Anyway,
like this
is that
time
all
of
we
day.
had?
I think
Sorry,
that's it.
Tara, you'll understand this, but I feel like this is the time of
God.
day when Jerry
Wendy.
Jones should shut the curtains in Cowboy
Wendy.
Stadium.
You are
Because I'm
blowing up here.
You're lit up like a Christmas tree
You're on
in the
fire.
sun.
I've asked for a blind to replace the broken. Of course, the broken one's right where the sun hits right
Yeah.
now.
If you were Hot Frosty, you would definitely have melted by now.
Yeah. Some people are worth melting for.
Eh.
Hold off.
That's basically what he said. And then he died in the snow.
Really?
Yeah, he died.
Oh,
The
yeah.
town watched him. The town pulled their money together to bail him out of jail. And then he came out, it was too late, and he melted in the snow. But then he became a real man boy.
A real boy.
Oh no! We got to wrap this up. I see something coming.
Oh yeah. Ozzy's coming back now.
Ozzy the ostrich.
Does Ozzy
Stop,
want to see
Ozzy.
Hot Frosty? Is Ozzy a little thirsty, maybe? Yeah, Ozzy's nodding. Okay. I think Hot Frost would be right up your alley, Ozzy. Ozzy
No.
the ostrich. Oh my God, Ozzy's got is eating another creature.
Ozzy, come on. I told you to take you for a walk after I record, okay?
Wow.
Okay.
I gotta get that picture of Ozzy up. I feel like Ozzy's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, I'll put Ozzy up on the Twitter. That's not podcast with 1D, or also Blue Sky. She nerds out.
And at Facebook and Instagram at She Nerds Out Podcast.
You can send us an email at shenerds@gmail.com. She has nostrils, too. Look at that.
Oh,
Ooh.
well, she's gotta
Really
breathe.
get in
Is that how
there.
they breathe?
Stop that. Makes me uncomfortable.
You can go to our website, shenerdsOut.com, for all your snopping needs.
All right. I think
Ozzy,
Ozzy
okay.
should take us out this week.
Really?
Mm,
Okay.
let
You hear
let
that,
Ozzy
Ozzy?
take us out.
Finally, you're getting a shot.
Mhm.
We practiced this, okay? You know what to do? Okay.
Right,
Yes,
Ozzy?
You're blowing it. This is your big chance.
Is-
Ozzy's not at the mic. I can't hear Ozzy.
Fine.
Oh, Ozzy's going to the left
You
hand.
gotta switch it
Okay,
up
now
there.
there we go.
Better?
That's better.
Thank you. Okay, ready? She nerds. Bagak! Out. Out.
She nerds out. We're girls that like girls that like nerdy things. Nerdy things.
Well done, Ozzy.
Thank you. I think I should replace Kat on next week's episode. What?